Yes. Well, I have decided in my life that I don't want children, and if I ever do have them, it'll be through adoption. That said, I consider the protection of children to be one of the most important things in the world. And I'm very, very serious when it comes to uh, punishing those who harm them, either physically or mentally. I do believe that they should be tortured, and especially in the serious physical cases, executed. But this video is not about the people who willingly harm their children, neglect them, or beat them, or anything like that. It's about people who are just stupid. They're stupid, and they do things that can lead to harm of their children, and I don't think that they mean to, but it's how they can't understand this is beyond me. I'm talking about the beauty pageants, the bras for young kids, the spas. This all started when I read an article called Parents Don't Dress Your Girls Like Tramps. Now, a lot of this can be also said for boys. You could still do things that can make boys targets for predators. But I really wish to focus on girls right now because that's really what these articles discussed. And as a totally blind person, I really can't talk about boys because I haven't seen them or girls or anybody else. But the descriptions alone made me sick, and then I actually said to the gods, thank you so much for making me blind. Um, because it's the first article that I mentioned was talking about this sexy person. You would assume she's a woman in a hotel, in a airport, and how she's dressed, so wonderfully, and has, the strap coming off of her shoulder, and her breasts are showing, and just goes on and on and on. And you say, wow. And then he's like, yeah, that 8-year-old was really sexy. I wonder what her mother was thinking. And please, again, I might have misquoted, but it was basically that idea of what on earth was this parent thinking? I understand letting children make certain decisions. Like if your child says, I want to stay up all night long. Look, let your child do it one night. Okay, stay up with your child. And then show them, hey, guess what? Are you tired? Yeah, but you still got to go to school today. Okay? So that's a different story. That's not going to harm your child. And, a lot of people, like the recent article that I read. Oh, no, let me get back to the first one because that discusses more of the clothing. The things that I find disgusting are little push-up bras for 12-year-olds. And if that's not bad enough, they originally marketed them for like 6 and 7-year-olds, and the people got angry, so they changed the age. Bras for 6-year-olds? Why? Why? What do they have there? Thongs. Little, makeup, nail polish. What are you sending your children out to become, prostitutes? Why not just send them off to the whorehouse? I mean, you teach them things like, you don't say, for example, if a man tries to stick his dick in your pussy, you say, listen, this is your pee-pee, this is your private part. If a man tries to touch you there, anyone tries to touch you there, you tell mommy. Why do you bother with the code if you're going to dress them like they're ready to go off to the bordello? The other article that I read yesterday was about pole dancing. Pole dancing for little kids. 5 years old. 3 years old. Going to this class. And the instructor said, well, they wanted to do what their mommies did, and I thought it was good to let them. And then she went on and on and on about how this, it was originally an African thing, and with people dancing around a wooden pole, and it's not supposed to be sexy. Look, there are a lot of things that started out in different ways, okay? But this is the 21st century. This is Western culture. And guess what? Western culture in the 21st century sees pole dancing as sexy. I don't care how you disguise it. If you want to change the images, then start with the adults. And then, maybe, in 50 years or something, you can go to children. You don't do it now and teach them how to open their legs and do all sorts of erotic movements. Send them to gym. They have kids' gym for that. Or normal dancing that doesn't involve anything like that. Okay? In that same article, they were talking about this place that has spas, manicures, pedicures for children under 1 year old. Why? Does your child need to do that? Is it necessary? I can understand, God forbid the child is born with some horrible deformity and needs plastic surgery. That's different. Look, if you want to play little dress-up games with your girl, that's fine. Get her little princess dresses and things like that. Get her pretend makeup that's not going to leave stuff on her face. I have an 8-year-old niece. She's beautiful, and she loves princess stuff. I was never into girly stuff, okay? Never. But Mom used to make me wear dresses. I think I still have a few of them, and I'm going to give them to her. But I'm not going to give her a negligee. I'm not going to give her a dress that you can see her private. These are nice little children's dresses that they should be wearing. Whatever happened to normal things like tap dancing? Having little tea parties with dolls and oh, you're so grown up, that kind of thing. Pour me some tea, sweetie, that a girl. Look, you're like a woman. That's cute. That's not going to harm anyone. I'm reminded of that song by Shirley Temple, where it's called When I Grow Up. And she's a cute little kid doing cute little things. Now, her life was very different. Obviously, she was a child actress. There weren't that many. She was isolated. I'm not suggesting you do that with your children. But her ideas, or the ideas of the songwriters, were fine for a little girl to be thinking about. It's cool. Everybody fantasizes, oh, I'm going to wear this. I'm going to wear the gown. I'm going to be the princess. I'm going to, get married. And whatever it is, okay, even if you want to live an alternative lifestyle and I'm going to be a truck driver, I'm going to play with, whatever. But don't dress them like little sluts. If you want to dress skimpy, that's your prerogative. You are a woman. You know what it's about. If some nice man comes to the little girl and says, can you help me find my dog? And she's not prepared and, oh, you look so beautiful today. Oh, let me touch your dress. And he winds up touching her breast. People don't think there are predators out there. It's a horrible world. It's not all nice little pretty things, These children leave their houses. They go to school. They go to their friend's house. They go to the store to get you bread or whatever the hell you send them to. And there are child molesters and rapists all over the place, even in quiet little towns. Even if someone never did anything but looked at the child in a provocative way, do you want your child to be seen? Oh, what a hot chick. Man, when she gets older, I'd love to fuck her. Do you want someone to think that about your little 6-year-old, or do you want them to think, oh, what a cute little kid? Guess what? I don't like the word cute, but I'd sure as fucking hell rather be called cute at 6 years old than hot. I really wish that parents would think, because it can lead to harm. What do you tell your little child when she's abducted, or when she's raped, or when she's photographed and her photographs are on the internet? What do you say when she comes to you and tells you, somebody touched my private part, somebody was following me, somebody was whistling at me? Why were they whistling at me, Mom? What does that mean? All I'm asking people to do is to think. And let the child be a child. When she's 18, get her a G-string. Okay? Go to a fucking club. Not at 5 years old. There's a time for adulthood. There's a time for childhood. When your daughter turns 21, you don't get her an over-the-hill cane and a welcome to your 80th birthday party cake. Right? So why are you doing that to your baby?